the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer.
Syria to the cities of Iran, one reported death has sparked protests, celebrations, and tears. Today, we're bringing you 3 explosive viral videos that are blowing up right now. Shiite protesters in Nigeria are out in force, while inside Iran, we're seeing both celebrations and emotional breakdowns after news of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei's killing. You're about to see all the raw footage. First up, massive Shiite protest in Nigeria. Crowds marching, banners flying, voices united over an event thousands of miles away. The energy is unreal. Now look at this second viral clip. Celebrations reportedly breaking out in the Filar Shah area of Isfahan, Iran. People cheering in the streets as the news spread. And on the other side, emotional scenes of Khamenei supporters in mosques, some breaking down in tears after the announcement. The contrast is striking. 3 completely different reactions to the same news. Protests abroad, celebrations at home, and heartbreak in the mosques. This story is moving fast and dividing opinions online. Khamenei Yobe, Bible Khamenei Yobe, Khamenei. Some call it powerful global solidarity. Others are asking why Nigeria is so involved. But today, we're just showing you the raw viral footage and letting you decide.
The federal government, through the Solid Minerals Development Fund, signed a major $1.3 billion agreement with the Africa Finance Corporation, AFC. It funds building a new alumina refinery to process bauxite into 1 million tons per year using modern tech and on-site power. A nationwide mineral exploration and geoscience mapping program, and a special investment vehicle to attract more private funds. Mines Minister Dele Alake called it a landmark private sector mining deal under President Tinubu to diversify the economy, boost non-oil revenue, industrialize the sector, and reduce heavy dependence on crude oil exports. Welcome to Security Brief Nigeria. Please, if you're new here, kindly subscribe to our channels. The headlines: Troops, A power halts ISWAP advance in Asi. What the foil attack reveals about the war in Borno. The foiling of an Islamic State West African province, ISWAP, attack on Nigerian military forwarding operating base (FOB) in Asi, Dambo, local government area of Borno State, on the scoreboard involving tactics of terrorist group and the increasing effectiveness of Nigeria joint military response. In the early hours of Friday, ISWAP fighters launched a coordinated assault on the Asi military formation, aiming to breach its defensive parameters. The attack followed a familiar insurgence pattern, a nighttime raid designed to exploit low visibility, overwhelm ground troops and seize weapons, or inflict casualties before retreating into surrounding terrain. However, the operation failed decisively. That's a good one. Swift ground resistance changes the outcome. According to field report, troops under Operation Adin Mai reacted swiftly and with discipline as the attackers attempted to penetrate sections of the defensive line. They were met with sustained and overwhelming firepower rather than collapsing under pressure. A scenario terrorists often lie on. The soldiers held their grounds, buying critical times for reinforcement. The prolonged firefight, which lasted over an hour, reflects the intensity of the engagement and the determination of both sides. Despite RPG fire damaging troops carrying vehicles and setting parts of them ablaze, the troops maintained control of the base, preventing what could have been a significant propaganda victory for ISWAP. So the game has changed. A power has a decisive factor.